What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus G15 Advantage gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to check out that Atomfall game again, but this time at 1440p on this external monitor. So hopefully it'll still be very playable on Ultra, but if not, we'll drop her down to high. But hey, we won't know till we get in there, and we'll see if OBS works, but if not, we'll do all camera again. But I'm really hoping that it'll be one of those times that it works when you're hooked up to an external monitor. I don't know why the laptops don't like working when they're on the actual just laptop screens, but a lot of the times OBS doesn't like it. Then I hook them up to the external, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, now it's working. I'm like, okay, I'll take it, but that's a little weird.
Well, now let's see what the Asus G15 Advantage can do. At 1440 anyway. At 1080 it did just fine, but it also didn't have OBS taking away a portion of its FPS like this is going to do. So, Ultra might not work. You might not get constant 60. It might drop into the like mid 50s or something, and if that's the case, it might just be OBS, but just to be sure, we'll try some high as well. I bet you high will be just fine. Here we are in the game. And even with OBS taking like 3 to 6 FPS, we're good. We're getting over 60 the whole time. I don't believe it ever dropped. And it had like almost no stutters. I think this is one of those times where I think my G15 Advantage got some of the best frame times. The only thing I think beat it was my 7800X 3D and 7900X TX. Even my new main PC had more weird little frame time skips. But half the time since those have AMD, I always blame frickin' Afterburner. Most of the time it's Afterburner's fault. But there are some games that are just stutter fests, where even if you turn off Afterburner completely, you'll still get stutters on your 14900K, or 7800X 3D, or not your 9800X 3Ds, and what have you. Some games still just run like shit, and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, not nothing, but you might have to go get some mods or do some tinkering. But sometimes there are games that even with all that, they'll still run like garbage. But you know what? They still run better than their, port. Their console port. Very, very few games, I would say, at least run better. Like, Jedi Survivor looked like absolute garbage on the consoles, but it was at least somewhat playable because it had good frame times. While on PC, that bitch was stuttering like crazy. So there's games like that. I'm at least fair. I'm not going to just sit here and say, oh, nope, consoles are weak and terrible and they can never be good at anything. No, that's fucking retarded. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that a PS5 or PS5 Pro is on the same level as a 4090 like some of these crazy people. Oh, that was a good shot. I got him right in the noggin with that one. And you're never going to beat the console's value for money. I mean, maybe if they are out for like 7 years or something, you can finally start building used PCs that are as, good as them for about the same price. But right now, you got to pay more. But hey, if you pay more, you get more in this case. You don't got to pay for online. You get mods. You get basically everybody's games. You can emulate all your old games. It's fucking awesome over here. Now we're going to tone her down to high, which should work just fine now. Ultra was a little bit too much for it. At least while recording. Maybe it would have been just barely fine without it, but I have a feeling there'd be some spots in the game it would drop no matter what. So, we're going to do our due diligence, drop it down to high, and this is probably how I'd play anyway. Even at 1080p, I probably would have gone with high over Ultra. Ultra usually looks like 10% better, but kills your FPS by like 20 to 30%. That's what it seems like anyway. Here we go with some gameplay here. Now we're at least back up into getting the 90s like I like. And that's while we're recording too. It would probably be more at like 95, 96 right now if we weren't recording. And then right now we'd be at like 85, 86 if we weren't recording, that kind of thing. Always just add 3 to 5 FPS. Hey man, what's up? Oops, I hit the wrong goddamn key. I'm just gonna throw it over there and hopefully you'll back into it. Hell yes! That couldn't have gone any better. Well, it could have if I threw it, I guess, instead of punching. That's about the only thing I could have done a little better there. Now let's hide in the grass again, because I'm sure everybody and their mother heard that explosion. So it would not be surprising to see them all come running up here going, hey, what the hell was that? But yeah, this just goes to show you the Asus G15 Advantage can still play games smoothly. I think mostly it's the frickin' games that run like crap on here. Or it could be Afterburner, like I said too. But it's the only thing I've found that I can change the size of and that still has the data you guys want. Plus having that frame time bar. I like having that. I missed that when I was using FPS monitor. The FPS monitor was cool because it had like 1% lows and 0.1% lows and all that shit built right in, but I couldn't scale it. It would scale the resolution, and that's it. Unless the settings were hidden, or, again, I could always be blind. Half the time, the freaking setting I'm looking for is right there, and I just don't see it. And people will be like, dude, it's right there. What are you doing? And it's like, I don't know. Leave me alone. Trying to find that big group. There was a big group that like owned me when I was in there, like stealing half their shit. So I'm hoping if I can get all of them in there, I could just throw a nade. A well-placed nade will take out like 3 or 4 of the 6, and then I can probably kill the rest.
Now for the camera recorded gameplay. Pretty sure I already got everything in there, unless I died. Oh, he's empty. Ooh, looks like they're coming back. Wonder if I can get a bunch of them with a nade.
Where have you got to?
Stop your bullshit.
Hey!
Alright, I feel like there's still a couple.
Down! Need to reload!
No, you don't. Alright, that's all of them, I think. Ooh.
You'll die. Hell's teeth.
Actually,
You bugger.
I missed.
Whoa!
Actually, here, you know what?
I'll have your head. Oh, you little...
Ah. I combine the mouse and the controller together. Wouldn't recommend doing though, they like lag a little bit as you switch between them. But I was like, no, you're getting shot in the face. Nope, he just had the axe, huh? Well, I've certainly wasted a bunch of ammunition here, that's for sure. sure. Oop, don't go over the tripwire. Oh, that's just a rock. I thought that was a chest. Oh, all they had was a club. I wonder how many more people are left. I don't think I got all of them. And they might respawn and whatnot too, for all I know. Oh, nope, can't go that way. I guess the battery wants to die. I wanted to get a full 10 minutes, but we got pretty close, so let's go wrap the video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Atomfall 1440p. Couldn't quite stay at 60 all the time on Ultra, but most of the time you can't do that at 1440p. But once you turn it to something more reasonable, we were able to do high. A lot of games nowadays you gotta do low or medium, or like a mixture of the both, but not in this game, and it was actually very smooth, so that's also a plus. I like games that don't stutter constantly all the time, no matter what. But in any case, now we can move on to the Alienware. But I think with this game we can only make it to my new main, because that'll be 5. I think the new only lets you have 5 computers in a 24-hour period, which isn't really an issue for 99.9% of everybody. Most people might have like 3. You might have like a nice computer, a laptop, and like a Steam Deck, or just like a laptop and a good computer, maybe just a Steam Deck, you know. But in any case, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.